Hello sweet friends, welcome back to my channel and my home. I'm so happy you're here to join as we decorate our home for the holidays. I am so appreciative to have you. Welcome to everyone who is new and has just recently subscribed through my Christmas series here this year. Welcome, thank you for being here. So happy to have you here as well. So tell me, have you started decorating yet? We decorated the living room, we decorated the dining room, and I am going to have the link for both of those videos down below in case you missed them and you'd like to follow along. Today we are decorating the kitchen, and what could feel more classic and traditional for Christmas than decorating a cozy kitchen perfectly fit for Mrs. Claus herself with fun touches of adorably sweet gingerbread Christmas decor. I wanted to just remind you guys to take your batteries out at the end of the season because so many times they will like explode or leak in there, and then your piece may be ruined. So take it out at the end of the season. And here we are putting in some new fresh batteries for this year. Turn it on. And this is such a beautiful piece. I'm excited to add it into our Christmas decor again this year. We really enjoyed it on the coffee bar last year, and I think this year it'll be, I don't know where, but somewhere in the kitchen for sure. Now, whenever I'm decorating, I often find myself rearranging the pieces to find the setup that I like best. I often end up coming back and rearranging things and changing things up as I go. And I also have noticed that it does end up being in groupings of 3 or 5, most often, occasionally even 7 pieces together. But there's just something about the odd numbers put together in groupings that tends to look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Try it out next time you're arranging some decor into a little grouping and see if you feel the same way. And really, just don't be afraid to play with your decor and try out different things together and just find the arrangement that looks best to you. One thing I've also been noticing about myself is that I tend to like combinations that include a floral piece, a candle, or something like that that kind of lights up or has a battery or glows or whatever, and then plus a third unique item. So that's kind of what you'll notice in a lot of my groupings, is that there may be some type of candle or a gingerbread house that lights up. The beautiful part is that there's no right and wrong when it comes to arranging your decor. It's really whatever looks best to you.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes. And I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to.
Now, in addition to our Christmas decor vignette arrangements that I'm putting together here on the counter, I thought it would be fun to use this slim flocked tree. I've had this for years in the kitchen here. We're going to use it to brighten up this empty wall space that we have in the corner of the kitchen over here. And it's just going to add some festive holiday lights and cheer and brighten up our space. I plugged in this tree this year, and all but a few of the lights had somehow stopped working. So I ended up deciding to actually unplug the tree. Obviously, while it's all disconnected, you could just cut those old wires out of your tree. You don't have to throw the whole tree away just because the wire or it's pre-lit and the lights don't work. If you're careful about it, you can actually remove all of those old wired in lights and put in a new set. So obviously they don't blend in quite as nicely as the pre-lit ones that came with the tree, but it's better than having to get rid of the tree or just leaving in a bunch of lights that don't work. I cut them out and I added in some new Christmas lights in here. I should have added a little bit more than I did. I used the lights that I already had. I didn't buy any more for this. And I think it really could have used a few more lights, or maybe even just some sparkling like fairy twinkle lights in there would have been really pretty. So once this whole tree is done, I was kind of looking back, debating whether or not to go back in and try to just intertwine and mingle in some fairy lights. I think it would be really pretty. But anyway, for getting started with decorating the tree, once we get some lights in there, I had some ribbon. Again, this tree I mostly did without buying very many new things, just trying to use whatever I had. So I had some pretty red ribbon and also like a sparkly red glitter ribbon, neither of which was enough to fully decorate a tree. I really only had a little bit of each. So we're going to get a little bit adventurous with this and see what we can create just by folding and gathering a few loops of the ribbon so it kind of looks like a bow. I made like 2 or 3 loops and then just gather that together and secure it with a pipe cleaner into the tree there. And then the rest of the tail of the ribbons that's hanging down, you can just kind of bend and tuck and fold the rest of that ribbon into the tree as it just kind of cascades down the side of your Christmas tree. And I did the same thing with the other ribbons that I had, just securing the bow part into the tree near the top and letting all the folds and loops of the ribbon tails come down the tree, tucked in between the ornaments. For the topper, I'm using some gingerbread cookie picks. I got these in, I cannot remember now, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, several years ago now. And we just have so many fun gingerbread themed ornaments that I've been kind of doing DIYs and purchasing and collecting and making over the years. And so I wanted to use a bunch of the things we already had, but I did find a couple in Walmart that I will share with you. Ornaments like this are perfect for sticking into a flock tree, and they will actually stay in place in there, so you don't even have to do too much work to just stick them into the tree on the lower branches. Now this is a really large one from Walmart. This would actually look cute even just stood up as decor. And the same thing with this one, which looks like a little baking tray of cookies. Just so perfect for Mrs. Claus's kitchen. This is so adorable and it's perfect for filling in any of those gaps in your Christmas tree. I actually got to thinking that it's taking off the silver ornament hanger string and actually just using the little plastic piece here, it blends in a whole lot better and it's a whole lot less visible when you just hang it into the tree like that, and pretty much that clear little string just disappears. And then this also brings me to the gift that I want to gift away in today's video. So if you've been following along with my Christmas decorating series this year, in each of my videos, I'm hosting a small giveaway, and I will be picking people from the comments during the month of November and picking someone to mail a gift to. So the item in today's video that I want to pick someone to give this away to is this set of these gingerbread cookies. They are clay ornaments and they're decorated to look like gingerbread cookies. These actually make really pretty decor. I styled some in a cookie jar on the counter and they look so pretty. They look delicious and they look authentic and realistic. So again, I just wanted to give away a set of these clay ornament gingerbread cookies to someone from the comments as my way to say thank you for being here, for watching my videos, supporting my channel, and just being a part of my YouTube community. And since we're in the kitchen, my question for you in this video is, what food reminds you of Christmas? Maybe it's a recipe that you make every year, or something that your family has for dinner or for brunch, or a sweet Christmas cookie. Let me know what Christmas foods or recipes that you enjoy and look forward to having every year, or have been a tradition for you over the years. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will pick someone from the comments to send a set of these clay gingerbread cookie ornaments. So now the next thing I wanted to share with you in our Mrs. Claus's North Pole kitchen is I thought it would be really cool to swap out the artwork on the wall. I have a DIY palm piece that I put up for most of the year, but I wanted to change it out and basically give it sort of a vintage Victorian. I wanted to make it look like this wasn't a frame, but it was actually like a window. Try to link where I got this on Etsy and then also link the frame. Let's cut this to fit. I'm a little sad because to make it fit, we actually have to cut the star off of the tree here, but you know, I think it'll be all worth it in the end. So let's see how it looks. It reminded me of a cute window from a North Pole cottage or cabin, maybe something from Santa's house, something that would be just a perfect quaint and vintage touch for Mrs. Claus's kitchen. I found this print on Etsy. You can order it as a digital print and then just have it printed in pretty much whatever size that you actually want. So for this frame, I think it was a 20 by 32 inch print that I had made to be able to put behind this frame. And I did need to cut it to fit the frame, and then I just attached it to the back of the frame with a stapler. It's absolutely adorable, and it just looks like the cutest little window. And we are looking outside at a Hallmark Winter Village Christmas town right outside of our cottage window. So cute, so adorable, and absolutely perfect for our Mrs. Claus's Gingerbread Christmas kitchen. I came back to add some final touches to the kitchen, some beautiful decorative towels on the oven. I love changing these out for the season, and these towels were the perfect thing. Again, something that I thought would definitely be in Mrs. Claus's kitchen or at Santa's house. I love it's just such a cute, festive little kitchen towel. These would make a great gift idea as well. Some tiny wreaths on the kitchen cabinets. And now I wanted to make a little riser to put by the sink that we could put our hand soap or dish soap on. I didn't actually have a riser that would work for this, so I decided to go ahead and DIY one since I already had all of the pieces I needed to do that. So the first idea here, if this size works for you, this is going to be the little bit smaller one, but it's basically taking this little wall shelf set from Dollar Tree, and you open it up and we really just need one of the two wooden pieces that come in this set. For the other option, I have this 8x8 unfinished wood panel, and for this one, I honestly can't remember if I got this in Dollar General or potentially from like Walmart or Hobby Lobby. So let's go ahead and make the larger wooden riser first. And for the feet on this one, I'm using these little wooden pieces from Dollar Tree. So these actually look like little wooden planter pieces, and they come in little packages in the wooden craft supply craft section in Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use a little bit of Gorilla Glue. This also works as like a wood glue. on here as well. It bonds to wood and has a really good secure hold, and it dries reasonably quickly. You do want to give it a little bit of time to set up and cure on there though, before you really start using it. But then we can go ahead and apply some wood stain. Again, I probably would have chosen a little bit darker color than this, but this is one I already had, so that's what we're using for today. And that's all there is to this larger one. But for the smaller one, we're taking that little wooden shelf piece, or one of them. You could actually make 2 risers from the package. There were 2 pieces in there. And I'm just gonna cut popsicle sticks to fit on the top. And then that way I don't have to worry about filling in those little wooden holes. So kind of think about the way a wood floor would look, where the wooden planks are kind of staggered, if that makes sense. And so that's what we're going to do here with the popsicle sticks. So I just cut 2 or 3 pieces for each row on here, and to fit them on here with a tiny gap or space in between everything, and then they all fit beautifully. So you can kind of see I'm doing this just with like a kitchen shears, and we are just going to cut the pieces down, and again use that same Gorilla Glue to attach everything on here. And I love how this turned out. The good benefit with the wood glue also, like you could do it with hot glue, but the wood glue doesn't dry as quick on here, and so you do have a chance to set your piece on and then kind of slide it around a little bit and get everything exactly into position where you want it, and then set it aside. I gave it a few hours to dry, and it might depend on the humidity in the room at the time, but mine was okay to go ahead and paint after several hours to sit out and dry. So then once it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and make some little feet for this wooden riser. So for this one, we're going to use some wooden beads. Again, something I already found in my craft stash. Let me know if you have any ideas for other things that would make cute little like feet options that you could put under here. Maybe like wooden Jenga blocks or something. You could maybe even cut pieces of the popsicle stick. I mean, if you already have the pack, why not cut popsicle sticks and get creative and make kind of some wooden feet for your riser using the popsicle sticks? But I like the look of the wood beads, and I already had them as well, and I just went ahead and also attached them with the same Gorilla Glue. Once everything's dry, I gave this one another coat of the stain, and you guys can let me know which one you like better. It really depends. If you basically want this for hand soap and maybe a little bit of a floral arrangement or something like that, this is really cute, and it doesn't take up too much space on the counter for the smaller one. But if you want to go with something a little bit larger, I did test out the larger one as well, and essentially the larger one would give me room to either add a second soap on here, or maybe a hand lotion with the soap, or a candle. I thought it was so funny that it was named Noel, since again this is like our theme this year for Christmas, a North Pole Noel, so just totally fitting in there with our theme for this year. And yeah, here is how this all turned out. Let me know which you guys prefer. Do you like the look of the larger wooden riser or the smaller one? I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel like the candle, it might get a little bit too crowded. I honestly might prefer to just stick with the smaller riser here. Maybe not even have the florals and just do like a hand soap and a hand lotion. I don't know. We're gonna live with it and figure out what works best. I also added a couple cute festive holiday little scrubby sponges that I picked up after Christmas on sale last year. And then this Bath & Body Works hand soap, which again seemed so appropriate, being named Santa's Milk and Cookies. And it also smelled really yummy. So I had to add this to the kitchen this year as well. It's not only practical, but it also makes for some cute and festive decor. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would love to have you, and I will look forward to seeing you all soon in our next Christmas decorating video, where we are decorating the front door entryway, where we are creating a little bit more of a winter wonderland feel, and the entrance into the North Pole. Wishing you a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and I will see you soon in the next one.